Okay, I'm going to do a couple questions from page 106, number 8. This is going to be on a mixture of the product, quotient, and chain rule all together. So let's start off with 8a. 8a is f of x equals x to the 4, x plus 4 to the power 3 times x minus 3 to the power 6. So f prime for this, the derivative, is going to be, this is going to be a product rule, product of these two things, but within those you're going to have the chain rule. Okay, so the derivative of the first, which is going to be the chain rule, is going to bring the power down, 3x plus 4 to the power 2 times the derivative of the inside. Well, the derivative of x plus 4 is just going to be 1 plus 0, so 1. Now that's the derivative of the first, times the second, which is x minus 3 to the 6. So that's the first part of the product rule. Then plus the first times the derivative of the second, which is x plus 4 to the power 3, times the derivative of the second, so we're going to bring the 6 down. Okay, x minus 3 to the power 5, and then times the derivative of the inside of that, so the derivative of x minus 3 is 1 minus 0, so it's just 1. Okay, so that works out nicely. We're going to try, now we're going to try b. So y equals x squared plus 3 to the power 3 times x cubed plus 3 to the power 2. So again, product rule, so y primed, derivative of the first, which is going to be 3 times x squared plus 3 all to the power 2 times the derivative of the inside, which is just going to be 2x. Then that times the derivative of the second, which is x, or sorry, just times the second, not the derivative of the second. So x cubed plus 3 all to the power 2 plus the first, which is x squared plus 3 power 3 times the derivative of the second, which is 2 times x cubed plus 3 to the power 1. Now times the derivative of the inside, which is going to be 3x squared, and that's the derivative of that product with those chain rules inside of it. Now for f, let's try f, and then I'll make one up. So f is y equal to x squared minus 3 all over x squared plus 3 to the power 4. So there's a couple ways of doing this. First method is leave it like this, do the chain rule and then the quotient rule, or x squared minus 3 to the 4 over x squared plus 3 to the 4 here, and do the chain rule. So we'll do the first one here. Okay, so this is the one we're going to do right here. So y primed equals 4 x squared minus 3 x squared plus 3 over x squared plus 3 to the 3. It's the derivative of the outside. Now times the derivative of the inside. So the quotient rule. Derivative of the top, which is 2x, times the bottom, x squared plus 3, minus the top, x squared minus 3, times the derivative of the bottom, which is 2x, all divided by the bottom squared, x squared plus 3 squared. Okay, that would be that one. Now, what would happen if you had something like this one? So I'm going to call this a new one where it's all nested together. F of x equals 3x squared times 2x cubed minus x all to the 5 over x minus 4. Let's do x squared minus 4. And then just put up plus 3x at the end here, plus 3x. Okay, so there's a lot of things involved here. The 3x does not add a lot of complication to it. This is a function plus a function, so it's going to be the derivative of this piece plus the derivative of this. The derivative of 3x is just 3, so you got to remember to put a 3 at the end of it. Okay, it's the first part that really is the problem. So f primed of x. This is going to take up a couple lines, so I'm going to use some brackets here. Okay, so the derivative of the top, so I'm going to use the quotient rule, the derivative of the top times the bottom minus the derivative of the bottom times the top over the bottom squared. Okay, so I got to use that, and then I've got some chain rule in there. So the derivative of the top is first. So that's going to be derivative of the first, which is going to be 6x times 2x cubed minus x all to the 5. Okay, so that's the derivative of the first times the second plus the first 3x squared times the derivative of the second, which is going to be the chain rule. Okay, so I brought the power down, reduced it by 1, multiply by the derivative of the inside, which is going to be 6x minus 1. Okay, so this is all just the derivative of the top times the bottom. Okay, so the derivative of the top times the bottom minus the top, which is 3x squared times 2x cubed minus x all to the 5 times the derivative of the bottom. The derivative of the bottom is 2x. Okay, so all of that is the derivative of the top times the bottom minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. Quotient rule then needs you to divide that by the bottom squared. Okay, so that's the derivative of this piece plus the derivative of that plus 3. And that's the answer to that one.